Hello guys, and welcome back to the Karvin Katers Cooking Channel. Today we got some baked mac and cheese. As always, we have our ingredients listed here and in the description box down below. Now, I'm not going to show you guys how to boil pasta. We should know how to do that. If not, follow the instructions on the box. Once that's boiled, I'm just going to drain that. Do not rinse. We want to make sure that we keep that starch. In the same pot, without even washing it, we're going to melt our butter, and then we're going to add our flour. This is basically called a roux. This is basically a thickener that we use for cheese sauces or even gravies, or even if you want to thicken up a soup, this is how you would start off that process. Alright, and there's 3 different types of roux you guys can make depending on what you are making. We have the white, the blonde, and the brown. Obviously, so medium, light, and dark. So we're going to do the blonde roux over here. Pretty self-explanatory. It's nice and golden, aka blonde. So once we add our all-purpose flour, we're just going to make sure that we whisk it enough so that our flour breaks up and we don't have any flour balls hanging around. Then we're just going to let that cook out a bit. And then once that's done, we're going to add our milk. I have my milk at room temperature just to make sure it doesn't seize up too fast on me. And you want to do this while you're swirling or whisking at this point. You want to make sure that you're whisking as you're adding, just so that it all becomes one cohesive sauce at this point. Over here, if you would add a little bit of nutmeg and possibly a burnt onion, this is how you get your bechamel, one of your mother sauces. And you should know that. I definitely should. This is what I went to school for. And right on cue, I'm going to add myself some nutmeg. Of course, you would always want to use the fresh spice, meaning you want the whole nut and then you just grate it. But you know what? I already have ground and I didn't have whole, so that's what I'm using, and I'm sticking by it. At this point, you want to make sure that you season your sauce as well, some salt. Now, here's where the tricky thing comes. You can use white pepper, but me and white pepper don't get along. I don't like it. It smells funky. But if you like it, by all means, go ahead. You can use black pepper, but the downside of that is you got some black sauce now, some black droppings in your sauce. It might look a little funny, but that's not what we're here for. Focus. We're adding our cheese. So right now I'm adding my shredded cheddar. This is just, I think, Cracker Barrel that I'm using. Not that it matters, but here we are. Shredded by hand. And you want to add this nice and slow. Adding it all at once will result in lumps or can cause your sauce to break. Breaking just means that the fat is separating from your liquids, or one point like that, right? Or you can end up with a grainy sauce if it melts too fast. So whisk it in, nice and easy. Alright, and look at our liquid gold. That little last thing you guys saw me do with the spoon is just a check to make sure we have one cohesive sauce and it binds to a spoon. Now I'm going to add my cooked pasta. Remember guys, follow the instructions on the box, or as you like. Just make sure it's nice and al dente because you're going to bake this after all, right? So toss, toss, toss. Nice. Make sure everything is well incorporated. Now I'm adding my cubed cheddar cheese, just because I like it extra cheesy, right? So these little knobs or lumps or cubes, however you want to call it, these little chunks right here are going to melt and give me nice big pockets of juicy cheese. Gonna put those in my little baking dishes. I have single serving sizes. Yeah, that's a single serving because we are chunky out here. Gonna load those up right there. Little cheese got stuck. Then we're gonna finish it off with a Parmesan crust. Now this Parmesan crust is nice and salty and is going to give it, that oomph that we're all looking for. Alright, and that's what it looks like when you pop it out the oven. I'm not going to lie, I was mesmerized by that cheese. I forgot to say, pop it in the broiler for a good 2 to 3 minutes. Just make sure you get that crust. And that's it. Look at that cheese pull. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, concerns, or compliments, hit the box below. And if you want to interact with me and see more content not listed here, you know where to hit me on Instagram. Bye.